When students have requested them over the years, I've learned hundreds if not thousands of songs to show them. Many of those songs have been played once with one student just to cover their own interests, and then I've never shown them again. Some have lasted for several years and then disappeared. This one has always been probably my first go-to song in the key of D. Thankfully, it's such a great rock song and so catchy that it's been popular for the whole 30 years that I've been teaching and the 55 years or so since it was released by Creedence Clearwater Revival. It's a great song in the key of D to prepare your primary chords in D and get from Ds to As to Gs. Primary chords, as you know, are 1, 4, and 5. In D, they're D, G, and A. Usually if I write the chord's name once, I'm talking about playing a bar, but in this song I like to write out every strike of the chord. We've got D, 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 or sometimes I'll do 3 of them there. 2 A's, 2 G's, and then the ending of the D's. And that's basically the song. It goes over and over again. I want to show you in several different ways how to get through this song. These would be different levels of beginner playing, but even if you're getting quite advanced and you're well into your open chords and you're prepared to do the boogie strum and everything else with it, there's still a lot of value to coming back and looking at the fretboard here and power chords. As we've learned from very many songs already, our low string has the notes E, F, G, A, B, C, etc. The 5th string has A, B, C, D, and E. I wrote out a little note there about Wild Thing. We learned that right away. We learned the A on the 5th fret of the 6th string. D is on the next string. Move up 2 frets. E is a whole step above D. And back to D. That's the 1, 4, and 5 in Wild Thing in A. That L-shaped pattern is essential for you to know. Learning the notes on your neck is essential as well, especially for now on these low 2 strings, because that's where our power chords will be rooted. So when I learned A, I've got the 1 chord, 4 is directly above it on the next string, 5 is over 2 frets, and 4 is back. We turn those into power chords. And I can add another finger to my power chord. Or you could turn them into full bar chords. You've learned those as well over time. So right now, because of that and other lessons, we know there's an A and a D here. Bad Moon Rising is in D, so there's my D right here. And then A. Then I need a G. G is back at the 3rd fret. So if our root is on the 5th string, instead of going up to the 4 and to your right for the 5th, we can go down to the 5th and to your left for the 4. We're doing an L again. We've just inverted it because the root's on the other string. So I've got D, A, G, D. D, A, G, D. We can make those power chords. I can add another note to my power chord. We can add more notes to the power chord, finishing out the bar on the D. So I'm rushing you through that, but I want you to see that you've got all those layers that you could learn. As you know, even though this is an amazing song that will last forever, what I'm really trying to do is use the song as a vehicle to learn music and learn guitar. So here we've learned not only how to play one version of Bad Moon Rising, but we've learned where our D, A, and G are. We've practiced with power chords. You can hear other songs in there right away, I'm sure. And you've learned that this is the root, the 1, the 5 is under it, and the 4 is to the left. That pattern you want to get very comfortable with. So then we can move to our open chords. If you've been around for any length out of these 60 odd lessons, you already know that you have a D, a 1 chord, a G, a 4, and an A, a 5. That A can be fingered with your fingers stacked up, ring finger second first, or ring finger on the 2nd string, pointer could have remained on the 3rd string, and middle finger go to the 4th string. That's a nice way to get from D's to A's. Either way, notice I'm using this ring finger as a guide. Don't just learn the chords and mash your way through them. Use the chord changes to practice your techniques. The best thing you can do for your chord playing is learn how to use your guide fingers and minimize the motion. We don't want to play D's and then come in and build an A and then a G. You want the smallest amount of motion possible. Use these songs to prepare that motion, rather than using the song just because you love it. Hopefully you do love it and it's a great part of your repertoire, but use it also really to master your 1, 4, 5, listen to them, know what they sound like, and learn how to make these chord changes. So I'm going to go 2 Ds, and up, down on the next Ds. I actually prefer up, down, up, D, up, down, up, 2 A's and 2 G's. Notice it's sort of a small strum and a big strum. This is kind of a boom chicka. It's almost like the bass note of the A and then a strum bass note of the G. All through the song, even on the D's, that's really what you hear solidly playing the rhythm. And that's what you could do all the way through if you like. Bass, strum on each chord. But I'm going down, down, up on the D, 2 downs on A, 2 on G, back to D, down, down, up, and in the next bar I like to go down, down, up, as you get back to the vocal on the beginning again. Last bar. G chord. D, boom chicka. A, 4 beats, G, the ending of the D's, and back to verses. The D chord has what I've called the Boogie strum. You put your pinky on the 3rd string, 4th fret, on beats 4 and 2 of those last bars. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. He has varying rhythms. One could have no downbeat on beat 1 of the last bar, and no extra pinky, so just 2 pinkies. That's really how the intro goes. I prefer to stick to one pattern. I'll use the pinky on 4 and 2 at the end. Just about every time. You can play the song without that. Most players I show at first, I don't show that, but I'll play it over top while they're playing. You've seen that sometimes we can play our A with a bar. I love doing that. If I am, I'll often do my D with a bar then. The 2, 3, and 2 of the D chord can have the pointer on this 2, middle finger on the 3, the D note on the 2nd string, and the pointer extending to the third string, another 2. Notice the hand shape then stays similar from D to A. G. If I go back into this D now, I've got my ring finger free to do the boogie. So that's all there is to it. Use that guide to work on your D, G, and A. Familiarize yourself again that you're playing primary chords, 1, 4, and 5. And no matter how far advanced you are, don't skip that step of using it as a chance to memorize your fretboard. Know where A, D, and E are now. Reverse them, D, A, and G. And realize that you're playing a 1, 5, and 4 in that pattern. That'll do it for now. Take her easy, and I'll talk to you guys later.